Hi, today we've got a really good update. It's been a while since we've done some information on the EVO 10, but incredibly, Subaru, of course not Subaru, but Mitsubishi is still selling the car for at least another couple of months. We are in the middle of 2015 at the moment. Our R&D car has now been gone for a bit over a year, but we still have fantastic opportunities to have fun with these modifications and testing new parts. And what I've got here is the basis of an original engine out of the EVO 10. This particular client, and you can see with the head here, and I'll go into detail with all these in a minute, but in summary, it's a 2.2 stroker upgrade with an engine that had a failed piston due to less than desirable modifications on the car. You've got to remember, these engines are a fantastic engine. It's like the old 4G63 engine. Very, very good engine to start with, very tough, very strong, but after typical modifications such as a tune, a good exhaust, and things like that, you start reaching the engine's efficiency range as far as what you need to do to get more power, and you have to do big modifications. Some people put bigger turbos on it, but you then end up in a situation where you can bend conrods. Some people then do replacement heads. Cosworth do a fantastic one, but they then start getting a little bit expensive as well. So this particular client has bought our freshened up 2.2 litre stroker bottom end, which we originally pulled out of my EVO 10 2 years ago. Basically, it's as good as new. You can see here, it's got all new pistons and rods and crank. It's got replacement cylinder liners, which gives it a different bore and different stroke to increase the capacity from a 2 litre standard engine to a 2.2. And this is the important part. Some people are interested. These are the replacement liners that go into the block. So you bore all of this out to fit these liners in, and then they sit down inside the block internally, and of course the head comes on top. ARP heavy duty head bolts, and this is the head. Now I wanted to show you the head because the head on an EVO is really good. It's obviously a twin cam head. It's really strong in its design because it's got a lot of bracing internally in the casting of the aluminium. Of course, as we know, 4 valves per cylinder, 4-cylinder engine, and of course all of this is then driven off the bottom side here with variable cam control, so it's got variable inlet and variable exhaust. The original EVO 9 was variable inlet and variable exhaust. Prior to that, EVO 8 and onwards had non-variable cams. But I digress. You're wondering what we're doing with this engine. The client has already done a modified exhaust, custom tune, but the previous workshop leaned on the engine a little bit too hard, caused internal engine damage, caused a misfire, bent some of the valves, done a little bit of damage internally on the head. So we freshened the head up, and we're now replacing the bottom end so he doesn't have to rebuild his old bottom end. This will all go back together, and what we'll probably do is run the original factory turbo because it'll have amazing bottom end torque, because the client does not want a top end screamer of an engine. And I can remember when I drove my EVO 10 with this bottom end with a factory standard turbo, it was just absolutely fun and fantastic to drive. So it comes on boost like 2.5, under 3,000 RPM, full boost. We'll run a sensible amount of boost. And one thing I want to touch on with these engines, when you're choosing your tuner, choose carefully. A lot of tuners take big risks with these engines and run way too much boost. We had a EVO 10 in here recently that was running well over 25, 26 PSI boost, and in that level you're risking bending the conrods. The engine goes awesomely well, it's got a fantastic grunt, the turbo can pump the boost, but the internal mechanical components of the engine just can't handle it. This engine, when it goes back together, we won't have to lean on it that hard because its efficiencies with a smaller factory turbo compared to the increased capacity will be really good. But from a long-term point of view, he'll end up with a car that goes a lot better without a modified turbo. He's not putting Cosworth head, he's not doing Cosworth cams. It's going to be a sensible engine package for a really lot of fun to drive. He's got a SST dual clutch automatic transmission, which we're going to give a birthday for. Check the clutch packs to make sure they're reliable. Put it all back together, and then this guy will have a really fun road car. I'll do some still photos of all these individual parts, so you can link it across to our Facebook page. Have a look at the link at the bottom of this video. That'll help you know individually what some of these components look like if you're looking from around the world. But for now, no matter where you are, I really hope this information has helped you. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. But for today, I'm Brett Middleton. Thanks for watching.